What's going on, guys, and welcome to another episode of Tasty Tuesday and Tasty Loot Gaming, the show where we talk about gaming news. My name's Seth.
I'm Chevy.
And I'm Chris.
And for our fellow Washingtonians and anyone on the West Coast, hopefully you survived Typhoon Songda. We also did. It was a rough time, but we all got through it. Make sure, as a quick reminder, to play Resident Evil Remastered and Transformers Devastation. We're also playing them. We'll be playing them until the end of the month and talking about it on Plus Club. Make sure to come by and say what you thought of them and hear what we have to say about them. But yeah, we got 4 bits of news, so let's get into that. The first bit of news, PlayStation VR has come out, and with that, a lot of people are experimenting with it. Some people have found out that you can actually use PlayStation VR with Xbox One, PC, and Wii U, and pretty much anything with an HDMI. It's not as exciting as you might think, though. Apparently, it only shows the display of what the screen would show, similar to how the PS4 already does. But yeah, really interesting that it works on other things. What do you guys think about that works with other things? But also, I mean, how do you think this works?
Well, you had kind of brought up before that external box is probably what's doing that, and I would probably have to agree with that because you need that to connect your devices. I mean, otherwise, I'm not sure unless it's just being a direct display. So
yeah, I mean, I had speculated and assumed that the way that it's showing that like 60-inch screen when you have the thing on, if you've checked it out, is probably something on the hardware itself. Otherwise, I don't know how it would do this. Chris, any speculation on that?
Not really. It just seems like a splitter, maybe.
Yeah. Do you guys think that people might get creative and maybe start doing something with PC to make this work?
I definitely see someone trying to make a almost like an emulator, to make VR work with it on PC. It'd be interesting to see what people do with it, because people really do get creative when they get hardware and they start messing with it. I mean, look at modded systems have been around forever. People have been doing that for a while. This is going to be very similar, I think. So
yeah, I think it'd be interesting if somebody found some way to mod it for PC, because then you'd be able to buy a $400 VR headset for your PC, which would be the cheapest out there as of right now. But yeah, overall, really interesting. It's not crazy news, but it's, when I heard that, I was like, whoa, it's kind of crazy that you can even use it on other things. But makes sense, kind of cool. And yeah, I think that's about it for that bit of news.
Yeah. So for our next bit of news, the PlayStation 4 controller works on PC, as we all know, but it kind of is wonky. Steam is actually jumping ahead and making it natively work with Steam, because I guess it works very similar to their already developed Steam controller. So you're going to be able to actually plug your PlayStation 4 controller in and modify it through Steam to work with all your games and stuff. What do you guys think about Steam taking someone else's hardware and like making it more functional with their platform?
I think it makes sense. I actually like the idea that they are fully supporting it, not just going, yeah, you can just plug in your PS4 controller, it should work. In fact, I've tried to use my PS4 controller on my PC a couple times, and it's like you said, it's inconsistent on what it works with. It'll be nice to have a company like Valve create an infrastructure that can support the controller with their games. I love the idea of having an in-house program that can help you modify the controller how you see fit, and overall, really cool. PS4 controller is probably my favorite controller now because I've used it so much, with the 360 right behind it. So it'll be nice to be able to use that on games that I might not feel like using a mouse and keyboard on. Like, games like Dark Souls or something like that,
right? Which
I think play better with the controller.
Mm-hmm. I think it speaks really well for their character too, because they could have just been like, "Fuck it, you have to buy our controllers to use it with our system." It's neat and it's great. I love it because I've tried playing games on Steam and stuff like that before with other controllers, and it was weird. Like you said, it's inconsistent. Half the time, my controller just didn't even work.
Yeah. No, I've ran into that also. Like, I've tried to use my controller on certain games, it just doesn't recognize it.
Well, the other cool part about this, too, is because the Steam controller has the haptic touchpads, they said your touchpad on your PS4 controller will work because it is a similar tech.
That's awesome.
So, I mean, that's what they kind of mean by, like, fully supporting it. They want to make sure the controller functions 100% with Steam. So, I'm super excited for that. So,
well, that'd be cool to be able to map that out, just like their controller has the haptic feedback pad. be able to map that out to certain things in game. Because like in Warframe on PS4, not everybody likes it, but I like that they use the touchpad as buttons as well, and not just clicking buttons, but like swiping up, swiping down, swiping left, right.
Macros, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So to support that in that sense too, maybe being able to map swipes like that too, you're adding more buttons to the controller, and it's cool that they're if they do allow you to utilize it to that extent, that'd be really cool.
Oh yeah.
And as for like it making sense, it makes complete sense. And like you were saying, they could just be like, buy our controller, but they're not. And it's smart because that's keeping people still on Steam, bringing more people possibly, even though I feel like if you have a PC and you play video games, you have Steam already. But it's keeping you at home, and it's keeping you comfortable. So you're going to keep buying shit on Steam and be able to use whatever controller you want. Makes complete sense.
Oh yeah.
All right.
So more Steam news. Steam is actually going to be bringing the Steam Link to Samsung televisions in the near future. If you're unfamiliar with Steam Link is a little box that you can hook up to your TV that allows you to stream games from your PC to your television. What do you guys think about them actually just partnering up with Samsung and making an app for their smart TVs to do this?
Didn't Sony do this with their TVs as well for a while? They tried it.
They did it with, it was PSTV, which was their TV service was on it, and you could play Vita games, I believe, through it. So.
It reminds me of that. It makes complete sense. It's interesting to see them link up with a big company like Samsung. If they can do it, if it works, makes complete sense. Not having to buy a box to do it. You're already buying a new TV. Shit's expensive already. If it comes with that, it just adds more use to the TV. Also, like I said, with the last thing, adds more support for people wanting to keep using Steam in any way that they want. Keeps them at home, comfortable, blah, blah, blah. No complaints. It's awesome. I think it's a really good idea.
Yeah, I have to agree. It just seems like the way that things are eventually going to go. Like we've talked about multiple times before, the box, where your TV is going to be the central hub that does everything.
Everything
so
does
it's
everything.
Just making its way towards that.
Yep.
Yeah. I also think this is going to be really beneficial for games like, as we brought up in the last story, Dark Souls. You can sit on your couch with a controller using your TV, still logged into your Steam account, and play games like Dark Souls. It's just awesome. Steam is such a great company for just bringing more ways to play, and I just hope they keep it up. It's awesome.
Well, and if you're playing a game that has split screen, not everybody likes to huddle around a monitor. Everybody's got different size monitors, and I've played multiplayer games on monitors before, and mine's actually pretty decent size now, but back before when I did that, it's a little cramped. Everybody's kind of like around the desk or whatever. It'd be nice to be able to, like, I can play any game I want on this, but, if I have friends over and we're going to do something same screen or something like that, we can all sit on the couch and relax. And yeah, there's just too many benefits to this. If you're already in the market to buy a TV, plus I typically buy Samsung TVs, so it makes sense. Yep. It's a win-win. I just hope the price point isn't unreasonable. TVs are kind of on the decline in their pricing right now anyway, especially 4K TVs. So I'm wondering how much this will bump up that price.
If it's just an app, I don't think it will, to be honest.
You don't think there's going to be extra hardware, though, in the TV?
Maybe.
It's got to have some kind of processing.
TVs already have that kind of stuff, though, in them. Right
I know,
now.
but I just feel like your TV right now or any smart TV might not have the horsepower to stream.
No, and it's only going to be available on new Samsung TVs.
Yeah.
So obviously it's going to have the oomph to do that. And the only reason the TVs are even expensive, like you said, 4Ks are super affordable right now, unless you get OLED, and then they're still in the $1,000 to $2,000 brackets. So
yeah, and if you're already spending that amount of money anyway, if they tack on like $100, $200 or whatever for extra features, it's not that big a deal.
Right.
Yeah. Any last thoughts on Samsung and Steam Link?
No, just keep doing the essentially just keep making features like this. This is great.
Yeah.
You're literally allowing people to access your service from so many platforms. I'm just kind of waiting for you guys to let us use our cell phones at this point. So
that'd be dope. All right, for the last bit of news, Rockstar has released a teaser that's being highly speculated. It's a picture of their logo with a red background, similar to what you would see from Red Dead Redemption. People are speculating that it is a teaser for that game, Red Dead Redemption 2, whatever it'll be called. And everyone has already heard about that game being leaked, so that makes the most sense. I've also seen jokes on Reddit of showing a ping pong paddle with the red on it, saying that it's gonna be table tennis or whatever the fuck.
That'd be
too.
hilarious.
That'd piss off a lot of people. It would be funny. Not really a whole lot to talk about this, but what do you guys think it could be? Obviously, you probably think it's Red Dead Redemption, and are you stoked for that? And what do you think about them just releasing a picture and causing this much discussion over that?
I definitely think it shows like the power behind like Rockstar as a company. For them to just show something so simple and to just make literally the entire gaming community like freak out this way. As far as like a reveal goes, PlayStation Experience is right around the corner. I would not be surprised if they lumped it in. A lot of people thought they were going to do it at the last event when they announced the VR, and they didn't. So
yeah, I remember a lot of people going like, "Oh, they need to show it off." They didn't. People were disappointed.
So I have a feeling at the PlayStation Experience, which I believe is in November, December.
It's already that. It's coming up that fast.
Yeah.
Damn.
They will be. I bet you they show off something, and it'll probably be a Red Dead title. So
Yeah. Thoughts?
I'm hoping it's a table tennis game. Just to be that trolly. I don't know. As far as like previews like this go, I don't put much stock in them anymore. Not after the PC Final Fantasy VII port to PlayStation 4 thing. That just
Fiasco.
fucking pissed me off. I don't trust it anymore. I don't trust anybody anymore as far as anything goes. It literally could be anything, really. I mean, more than likely it's going to be a Red Dead Redemption announcement. But you don't know. You really don't know. It could literally be anything.
wouldn't it be funny if it was Max Payne?
That'd be dope too. I wouldn't even complain. I know a lot of people would be disappointed with that though, just because of the amount of people who loved Red Dead Redemption. It's a great game.
It's Bully too.
Yeah, I mean that might be neat. I don't know. I feel like Rockstar's moved past that though.
Resurgence of Midnight Club.
That'd be dope too. Really, anything they could release would be cool. I'm like 95% sure that it's Red Dead Redemption, like everybody else. If it's not, I'd just be like, wow, that's weird. I would have figured it'd be that. But really, anything that we mentioned outside of table tennis, I think I could get excited for. I can't see myself getting excited for table tennis, considering, Grand Theft Auto 5, you can already play golf, fucking do a bunch of stuff. I feel like Rockstar's beyond that. I mean, they'd make that game in like 5 months and it'd be out instantly. Like, I don't think there'd be a big build up for that.
Right.
The first one just came out randomly and no one played it. And the people who did played it, really enjoyed it. So I guess it was cool, but I don't know. But yeah, I'm excited for new Red Dead, especially with the leaked map that came out. We know it's in production. It's been a while now, and Grand Theft Auto 5 is still just running off of its online. They're adding to that, but they're working on something big right now.
When it's been 5 years now.
Yeah.
So
Jesus.
that's enough time to produce almost 2 games for most companies. So
And with Rockstar, they take their time with their
Yeah.
games, so outside of their pet projects like Max Payne. But yeah, stoked. Probably know what it is already. I can't wait to see the reveal. I'm hoping you're right with it being revealed at PlayStation Experience, because when I heard about this, I was like, well, did they promise a reveal soon? There has to be something soon, otherwise they wouldn't have popped it up. It's not like it's going to come out a year from now, some video. Like, that'd be stupid. That would make no sense.
unless they're just rebranding their logo, which would be really silly.
Nah.
We have a red logo now. It's not blue anymore, guys. Everyone's like, oh, cool.
Thanks, assholes.
Yeah, I think that's about as much as we can talk about a logo. Let us know in the comments. Do you hope it's Red Dead? Do you think it's that? Do you think it's something else? Do you think it doesn't mean anything? Let us know. But I think that's going to do it for this episode of Tasty Tuesday on Tasty Loot Gaming. As always, thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe if you enjoyed this episode. Make sure to check us out on our other episodes. Check us out on Tumblr, Twitter, Tasty Loot Gaming. Check us out on Twitch, Sleep Division. And yeah, my name's Seth.
I'm Chevy.
And I'm Chris.
And stay tuned this week. We got Loot Chest coming up and probably some gameplay video coming up around Wednesday. But until then, take it easy, guys.